Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marnise Nicole and I'm an acrylic painter who sometimes gets user-generated questions from you guys. And so today I had a question from Whimsical Cassie. Hi Cassie, if you're watching this. And she asked me about my sketchbook routine. So I thought I would stop, take a minute and show off all of the sketchbooks that I currently am going through. Like, I have a sea of sketchbooks. I don't work just in one, and that's why it takes me so long to finish them. So let's go ahead and get started. Firstly, if I'm being completely honest, my main sketchbook right now is this reverse coloring book. This is a coloring book that I found because of TikTok. I'll actually go ahead and insert the clip of me getting it and working in it for the first time. Okay, I am starting this for my lunch break. So I'll be working here, and I find it funny that there's a micron here because I will be using a micron. And I swatched a few things, and I'll be working on this first page. And so you can see that this was intended to be florals of some kind. I love the colors in it, but I'm going to do something different. I want to turn it this way. And already I'm seeing a little girl with a kite. I'm seeing fields, maybe a waterfall. And so we are going to only use black ink, which scares the heck out of me. But we're going to do it and see how it turns out. And so we've made some progress, and I've added all of my black. And it was a struggle because I really wanted to add more color. But I think I'm going to give myself some grace and add some highlights. Okay, so this is day one. This is my illustration. That video actually went viral, which is crazy to me, and it's still getting lots of attention, and it's literally at like 40K of watch time and views, but it's well deserved because this product is amazing. It's a sketchbook that the color swatches are already done for you, so you just do the line work. And as someone who loves color and struggles with doing the line work, this is so fun for me, and it helps me just be very experimental. So literally ever since I got that, it has been my main sketchbook. I have done lots of sketching, lots of concepts, and this was my first page where I did this right here. I did sketches of female forms so far. I did another landscape, and I really love that I can do mixed media here. I cut this form out, placed it over, did some outlining. So we have that. Did a sea of ballerinas, and this is my favorite spread so far. I had so much fun doing this, just painting the movement. And this girl in the back, she is my favorite just because of how she's situated. I never would have come up with that by myself at all. We have this gangster little fashionista guy with his dog, and so we did that. And then story concepting ideas, these kind of whimsical fairy tale-esque little ideas and paintings. This lady looking into this orb. These people being surrounded by and playing with fairy lights. This nonsense. And then a bunch of ghosts. So we did that. And that's everything I've done so far in this notebook, but there's so many spreads and pages that can just inspire creativity. And if you don't have this, it's linked down below. It's less than $15 on Amazon. Go get this book. So we have this, and this is my main sketchbook currently for the fall. But I have other sketchbooks that I've been using pretty much on and off for the last year and a half, 2 years. So let's get into those. And so this happens to be the sketchbook, a mixed media one from Strathmore. This is the one I use for my failed attempt at an art retreat from home. I really need to redo that kind of concept. I tried to challenge myself to work a full weekend creating art, like 8 hours a day, and treating it like an art retreat. But I didn't make it far. But I did do a bunch of sketching for the 2 days. So I did these two spreads, and I love this. I don't often paint animals, but when I do and it comes out good, I'm like really excited about it, and I love this hummingbird. And then I did these two self-portraits. And so this was last year, and I literally haven't picked this back up since, but I intend to do more paintings in it. There's so much other things to art with that this just gets kind of in the back corner sometimes, unfortunately. I have this, which came in the Jazza Arts box. It's my favorite thing actually from the box because I'm actually using it. I haven't even touched the calligraphy set at all, and the pigments I'm planning on sharing with one of my friends. I just never got a chance to send it out to her. But this is what I use for pencil sketching and drawing. And again, I haven't used it frequently, but I've done a few things. I did this sketch right here of my boyfriend. I did a marker illustration, just kind of test the page to see if it bled through, and it does not. Another sketch of a guy and a girl, and then this right here. And then I tried to figure out a pose that I was working on for a painting. Never figured out the pose, and so never finished the painting at all and scrapped it shortly thereafter. But that's it. That's as far as I got into this as well. And then technically this is my favorite sketchbook to actually work in, because this is the Canson mixed media one, and it's 9 by 12, so there's so much room to spread out. And I think that's a big reason why I like big canvases, because I like to spread out across the surface and create like expansive pieces of art. And so we have this first piece, which I did when I first got this notebook, and I'll just, if you can see, it's a lot of white space, but we have that. I did this mixed media piece. There's watercolor pencils, there are watercolors, just a whole bunch of different mediums, liner, all of that, to do this kind of fun scene. And I just did this on a lunch break one day because I wanted to do something quick and fun, and that's why I love having a sketchbook like this. This was back in Mermaid. And I love this, the idea of a mermaid just sunbathing, like she's over it, she got her shades on, she's just trying to relax a little bit. And so this is that. I really wanted to make this a actual painting or make a print of this, because I just love the simplicity of it, as well as just the body language and the clear frustration. Like, I love that. And the thing of mermaid stressed out is just fun for me. So we have this, another mermaid piece that I never really liked, but I did do. So we have that. Now this I did completely in the same color tone on purpose. And so while it's very dark, and I'm not sure if you can see it very clearly, it was very fun for me to do. I wanted to test out what a darker skin and color and everything would kind of form. And I really like the color story that this is, although next time I'm probably going to add some more highlights because it just looks very dark in the middle. We have that. I did this piece on TikTok one day, just again play around with sketching, and sometimes it's so easy to just grab this and just be creative. So I do use this a lot more than some of the other sketchbooks currently in my rotation. This is my favorite piece, because again, I was playing with these tones, especially the teals and the turquoises. I have a full drawer of teal paints. Actually, let me show you. I used to do a lot of color swatches and color stories. You can see some of them up on the wall behind me, and there's a whole playlist that I'll link for you if you want to check it out, where I would swatch every single shade of the acrylic paints that I had, so I knew what my inventory was. So I didn't re-buy any duplicates, and just kind of was aware of what my art supply collection looked like, since it's been growing for 5 years and I still don't know every color that I have. But this is one of the drawers I never got to. I kind of stopped that series and moved on to other projects, especially when COVID happened. But I've been contemplating going back to it, and this is the drawer I want to start with. Because I really love these colors and I love what they do, so I've been playing around with these colors more and more in my work. But anyway, yeah, I use those for this, and I really love the lighting source. Lighting is something that's so hard for me to do naturally without like a photo reference, and so when I'm working without a reference, it's very hard for me to understand like where the colors should be going. But I think this came out really well, and I really like it. And again, I've been painting these very serious faces lately. The mermaid was stressed out, she's stressed out. It's a lot of stress apparently, but again, COVID. So I did this piece recently, so this is fun. More stress apparently, but gets the job done. And then I started to do this piece just the other day, but it's not done yet. I did this in watercolor pencils, and actually I want to do it in paint and just kind of fix it. So that is this sketchbook. And so really, those are all the paints sketchbooks, coloring books, even loose leaf paper. If you can see behind me, there's so many loose leaf papers around me. I have them on my wall. I have them just everywhere because I have a whole big chunk of like 200 pieces of loose leaf Canson paper that I just grab whenever I feel in the need to just work loosely. So then you get something like this where I grabbed a piece of paper and just some paints and kind of stretched out, and it's a more organic process because it's just on a piece of paper and it's not really confined to a sketchbook. I think sometimes sketchbooks give you a lot of stress unnecessarily, but we have that. And so, Cassie, I hope this helps answer what my kind of sketchbook rotation looks like, what I'm grabbing, what I'm using. And that changes off and on. Sometimes I want a smaller sketchbook, sometimes I want a much bigger one, and I have those options here. But right now, for the last like 5 months, basically this is what I've been using. So anyway, my name is Marnise Nicole. I'm an acrylic painter. I digital art sometimes. And now I'm out. Bye.